Hello, and if you've clicked on this video, I'm willing to bet that you're curious to know why I think you need a YouTube channel for your handmade business in 2023. But before we dive in, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that one or more of the following statements may also apply to you. You have an Etsy shop or a website. I know, just call me Mystic Meg. Something else is coming through. Sales have not been quite what you'd hoped, and you're looking for ways to increase them. You're getting disillusioned with social media and the constant content that you have to keep on churning out, and how you're not getting much return for the effort and the time that you're putting in. Ooh. All right, I'll stop now. If you answered it yes to any of those, then this video is for you. I'm in a silly mood. Just allow it, okay? It's carnage here. You don't get much better than this, I'm afraid. Point number one, it's easy to get started. I mean, on this channel, somehow I've gotten to 10,000 subscribers filming on only my phone. And yes, I know it shows. Trust me, I would love a camera. It's coming. It's just, they're expensive, but that's by the by. Your phones, most of you will be watching this here video, hello, on your phones, and that's all I use. That is literally all I use. I was just about to say, and all I've been using is my cheap little lav mic, and then I saw that my cheap little lav mic was clipped to my tripod and not to my bloody jumper. Hi, is that better? I did warn you. I warned you at the beginning. It's chaos. This isn't put on. I wish I put this on. No, it's exhausting is what it is. But let's just concentrate on YouTube today, shall we? Yes. All I use is my phone and my lapel mic, but you can get away with a lot if you have some natural lighting, a decent phone. If I can get so far with this setup, you're okay. You don't need to buy the expensive camera and the expensive mic and you don't need the stuff. You can evolve and get the extra stuff later on if you want to, but if you're just dipping your toe in the YouTube channel water, I would just start with what you've got. Literally, you will need a mic though, because as I hope the start of this video showed, good audio is important. So is a memory, but like I said, you can start with what you've got. Oh, and energy. But seriously, you do need to rock up to videos with a bit more oomph in your step than you might usually have. Caffeine helps, so does also undiagnosed ADHD. Whatever you've got. If some people find it helps to put on some of their favourite music and dance around to it, whatever floats your boat, I just wake up like this. The second one is that you don't need to show your face. I know that a lot of people who watch my videos say that they couldn't start a YouTube channel or they couldn't do shorts or any kind of video whatsoever because they don't want to get in front of the camera. I get it. I was not as comfortable in front of the camera as I am now right at the beginning. I hated the sound of my voice. I was that person who said, I do not sound like that. The camera does tend to change the sound of your voice ever so slightly. I can't remember if this is true. Someone told me it's because when we talk, we hear the vibrations in our skull and in our head changes how our voice sounds to us, and it does sound different to other people. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that because I thought it was funny. The idea of my voice vibrating through my skull as if there was nothing in, well, moving on. But seriously, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, just start by, as you're walking around your house when there's no one there, I guess, otherwise they might think you're a bit crazy, just talk out loud to yourself. Get used to the sound of your own voice. And then how I got started was I started making some smaller videos, just me, talking nonsense. Some of them were no more than about 10 seconds long, and they were just me trying to get used to talking to a camera. And even though I had no one else in the room with me, it was so cringeworthy and I had to really push myself. And I can't even remember when it got easy. I think it was just so gradual a process that now I don't think twice about turning things on and talking to the camera. I did my first live stream fairly recently, and all of these these feelings of fear came flooding back, and it was like remembering in real time how hard it was, to get started and get over those initial those fears. And again, after I finished the live stream, it was that feeling of, okay, that wasn't so bad, wasn't so great, but it will get easier. So if that's the only thing that's holding you back, don't. Because you don't have to put yourself in front of the camera. You don't have to do these talking head videos like I am. You can do videos where you're filming and just your hands doing something, like a tutorial. I can never say that word. Or you can just have B-roll and you do a voiceover. Get creative with it, because making videos, they're as creative as anything else, and you are limited by what your brain can come up with. So yeah, get creative. All right, let's get to the juicy stuff. You don't need to be monetized to make a lot of money, or even make money. You don't even need a lot of subscribers, because I know that a lot of people think about starting a YouTube channel as an income stream. So let's just, pink elephant and talk about it. If I had realized just the possibilities that come with just having a YouTube channel, sorry, I'm having to rewind that sentence in my head because it didn't make sense. If I had realized from the beginning just how important a YouTube channel could have been to me right in the early stages, before I was monetized, I would have lent into it a long time ago. The ads, making money from ads, which is what happens when you get monetized, it's just one small part of it, and it fluctuates so wildly that most YouTubers they stop relying on it solely for their income very quickly. You can make an income from ad revenue alone if you're a fan of stress, but I wouldn't recommend it. Make sure you have other streams of income. So if you have a shop and you sell DIY kits, for example, you can make tutorial videos that go with those kits, and it can be a way that your shop and your YouTube can kind of merge together. Other ways, you can experiment with affiliate marketing. You don't need to be monetized to try that. So if there are things that you use to make your items, you can have links to those things. All I would suggest is make sure that they are things that you have actually used and that you do actually recommend. You don't need to, you can recommend anything, but I think that's going into the murky world of affiliate marketing, personally. That's something that you can look into, and it's definitely another way that you can make money before you are monetized. Don't feel that YouTube has to be something that you start and then takes you ages before you get monetized, before you can start making money. You can have 5 subscribers and 2 videos and make money from your channel. And I have, because at the time of filming, I have another channel that is not monetized. I'm not looking to get it monetized. I just want a place that I can talk about stitchy stuff, because I've tried introducing it to this channel, doesn't do well. So I'm like, fine, I will make a new channel and it will be for that, because I'm nothing if not a stubborn whatsit. I have actually made sales from that channel because it's stitchy, and stitchy stuff is kind of my thing. I used it as a place to host a tutorial video to go with one of my listings, and I wasn't even sure if it would work, but from the hands, it worked. And I think I had less than 100 subscribers at that time. So yes, speaking from experience. And also, I'm going to be honest, if you're not monetized, it does take the pressure off. You can just rock up when you want and talk about what you want and not worry about all of the rest of it. Obviously you will, if you are looking to get monetized, you will grow faster if you are a bit more consistent and a bit more mindful with it. But again, do what you can with what you have. And if your time and energy isn't way up there, then just start down here. Which brings me nicely to point 4. The videos that you create are evergreen. Unlike the content on social media, which is more like fast fashion in that it's got a very small lifespan, and you're lucky if it lasts a day. And then it demands more and more and more. There's a reason why we're called users on social media. I mean, even the language on YouTube is different. We're called creators. And the work that you create has a longer lifespan. So I've got videos that I made 3-4 years ago. They're still getting views. How? I have no idea. They're awful, but they're still getting picked up, because the way YouTube works, it's not even about how many subscribers you have anymore. It's if your video is relevant, it will get picked up by the right people. And you can have videos that have virtually no views for up to 2 years. That's happened to me. And then they've just taken off. It's crazy, but I love it for that reason, because yes, it can take more time to make a video, but it has a longer shelf life. And that makes it worth your time and energy, in my humble opinion. But the other reason that I'm such a fan of this is that it means that we can create our own schedule. We don't have to upload every day or even every week. But if that ends up being too much energy-wise and time-wise, because let's face it, we have a life and stuff going on other than YouTube and social media and the rest of it, you can decide what is best for you. I mean, when I started, I put up videos as and when I had the time. I then started trying to do it once a month. I then got really into it and started doing it once a fortnight, but things didn't really take off until I started doing them once a week consistently. But it was still growing even when I was doing it once a fortnight. And I worked out that if I had been growing consistently at the pace that I was, even with once a fortnight, I would have been monetized within a year. That might not necessarily be the case now, but I'm just trying to show you what is possible. How am I doing? And I think one of the things that puts people off is that building a YouTube channel is a slow burner project, to which I say, a year from now, you'll be glad you started. Obviously, it has to be said, you get out what you put in, but it is one of the few platforms that actually pays something for your time. And even when it doesn't literally pay you, you get enough of an incentive to keep going. I certainly think so anyway. It's also the main driver of traffic to my Etsy shop. I've done plenty of stats videos this year where I've shown where most of my external traffic comes from, and the majority of it is YouTube. So just think about it. If you started right now, a year from now, there's a possibility that you could have another revenue stream, maybe even sooner. I mean, it's something to think about. See you next week.